So let's talk about our first concept in self-defense, which is your intuition. So that intuition is that inner voice or feeling that tells you if something is just not right. Now the big thing with the intuition that we as humans need to understand is we need to listen to it, we need to trust it, and then we need to act upon that. Now what happens too many times is I get a feeling about, say, Sensei Joe. I feel he's creepy, something's just not right. And I need to get behind him over there. So instead of me alternating my route, what I do is I want to be polite and I still walk by him. And this is when you get attacked. So what I need you to understand is when you get that internal feeling that something is just not right, you need to listen to it, trust, and then act upon that. So acting upon it can be running away, removing yourself from the situation, or if needed, to physically fight back. The second concept we need to understand when there's an altercation between a male and a female is that we want to make sure we are assertive. And the reason is, most likely, he's going to attack me if I seem timid, if I seem weak, or if I seem unaware of my surroundings. So if anybody ever comes up to you, you want to assume control of the situation by being assertive. So how do we do this? The first thing you need to understand is your self-defense stance. And what happens is, if I'm right-handed, I'm going to put my left foot forward, my right foot back, and put my hands totally up like this, and I'm facing my adversary. So if I face my camera, my left is forward, my right is back, my hands are up. I'm taking an assertive posture. Now, just by doing this might be enough for him to just run away, and that would be awesome. That's your main objective. We don't want to get into a physical altercation. We want to just stop it and then just get to safety. So the first thing I do is I get into my self-defense stance. My arms are up and I'm looking straight at him. So eye contact is extremely important because it shows confidence. Okay? So I get in my self-defense stance here, my hands are up, and I'm looking at my adversary. The second thing I'm going to do, and we're going to go more in depth later on this, is I want to verbally take control of the situation by telling him to stop or stay away from me. Now I've been teaching this course a lot of places. So when you first start practicing with a partner, you say it really soft, like stop. Right? That's not what we want to do. You want to take control of the situation by being louder than your adversary. So if Mr. Joe is saying anything to me, I don't care what he's saying, it does not matter to me. He's talking, stop, stay away from me. Now I'm looking straight at him. Now, the other benefit of that, if there's somebody around, say like myself or Sensei Joe, and he's not being the adversary, you're going to attract people. So maybe somebody can help you out and get you out of the situation. So the thing you want to make sure is that when someone approaches you, do not keep your eyes down. Do not pretend they're not there. Look at them, go in your self-defense stance, and be ready to attack. And we're going to go over your emergency response technique a little bit later, but for now, understand, you need to be assertive. So let's talk about our third concept of self-defense, and that is to be aware of your surroundings. So this is really important for many reasons. The first reason is I want to make sure I know who's around me. Right? And again, to be safe in self-defense, you actually never want to go out alone, all right? Because you want to use the buddy system and make sure there's somebody else there who can help you out or call the police or whoever. So I want to be aware of my surroundings. I want to make sure I understand where my escape routes are. I want to make sure I'm near the exit, not only in case of a self-defense situation or if a fight breaks out or something just as bad as a fire or something where I need to get out quickly. I want to make sure I don't back myself into a corner. Now, as I'm being aware of my surroundings, of who's around me, my escape routes, I want to use my intuition to understand who's around me and what my feeling about them is, right? So I want to make sure that I feel safe where I am and I don't get that uneasy feeling about somebody around me or the uneasy feeling of a situation. Again, I mentioned, I could be out somewhere and I see two people and they're kind of getting a little bit rowdy. I'm going to take myself out of that situation because I want to prevent anything from happening to me, and I want to make sure I stay safe. So now let's talk about our fourth concept of self-defense, and this is where some people might not think they have it in them, but we're going to talk about it and we're going to make sure you know this by the end of the DVD. The fourth concept of self-defense is you physically fight back. Now, I'm not going to let Mr. Joe, if I can help it, start punching me in the face or grabbing me. If I get that intuition, I'm going to physically defend myself first and then run to safety. Now, I know some people watching this DVD will say to themselves, I really just don't think I have it in me to actually physically hit somebody or defend myself. And I want to do this little scenario with you. So let's say You picture the person you love the most in this world, whether it's your mother, a child, whatever. You come home in the kitchen and you see somebody is attacking them. What do? Now, do you just stand by and just let them attack your mom or your baby? Or do you actually just jump in, try to help them out and defend them without knowing any self-defense skills? And I guarantee the majority of you said you are going to jump in, jump on that person, and try to defend that loved one as quickly as possible. And there'd be no hesitation. So now we just proved that that will to survive, that conviction is in you. You just thought that, when it was somebody else, it was easier for you to understand that. Well, I want to make sure that as you go through this DVD, you understand that you're just as important as that person you love. You want to be there for them. So that conviction to defend yourself is already in you. We're going to take it out in this DVD. Now, the biggest thing with fighting back, I want you to understand, is that as we learn our strikes, even if I throw a strike, which is an open palm, which we'll go over later, even if I throw that strike at Mr. Joe and I miss it, I totally miss it, not going to happen, but I miss it, then I'm still showing I'm assertive. I'm still taking him off his game. Because remember, if he attacked me, he probably thought I was weak, I was timid. He did not expect me to physically fight back. So this totally flipped his idea of what this situation was. All right, so I'm already starting to take control. And the benefit of that, when I throw my strike, is I'm going to teach you to follow it up with other strikes and then come in. So again, the fourth concept is physically fighting back, and that conviction or will to survive is in you.